we get no hit, then it's because of Chase Utley.
I like nothing better than to see the Dodgers lose.
Man.
I'm just telling you.
Who's your team?
Angels, baby.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we lost last night 9-2, okay? I watched it. It was pitiful. But, you know, what are you going to do? We didn't get shut out. I mean, we didn't get no hit.
Oh. We'll get a hit today. There we go. How about that?
Well, we want to see the Dodgers do well, but Jake Marisnik also to tear it up, right?
I think the headline the Press Enterprise had alluded to the Dodgers were set on fire.
But listen, as an Angels fan, you want the Dodgers to beat Houston, right?
No, I mean, no. Actually, no. I like to see Jake do really well. I like Houston. I think they're a good team. And you know what? The Angels are just not good right now. They're trying.
Yeah.
I mean, when your 3 and 4 hitters cannot drive in a run with 2 guys on multiple times. I've seen it so many times this year. I'm sick and tired of seeing Trout and Pujols unable to drive in the runs. And then you got like a 5 or 6 hitter that actually gets the run across.
Well, we've got a lot of high school football to get to, and it's all brought to you by Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona. We appreciate their support. Check out their new commercial coming up in the first commercial break here on the Inland Sports Show. If you're watching us live around the world, live and amplified on the Inland Sports YouTube channel, and Spoiled, quick quality oil change in Riverside. We were hoping to get their owner, Bill Navigato, in the house. Got tied up. I mean, he's the owner. He's
got a job.
He's got things to do, but we're going to get him in here real soon in the coming weeks. But we certainly appreciate his support. And you can check out his commercial coming up in our first commercial break in a little bit as well. Coming up, our grade 8 and 4 more. It's our high school football rankings. Everybody does top 10. Boring. So we did the grade 8, our top 8 teams, and 4 more. So 4 other teams in no particular order.
Just to chew on. Just to be like, what do you think? What do you think?
Maybe we're missing some teams. World famous.
So the Inland Sports Coaches Poll.
So Greg thinks we're missing Colton, probably.
Yeah.
Colton's right there, right? Knocking on the door. I think I hear him. I think I hear the Yellow Jackets.
No one's answering the door.
All right, well, world famous. Why don't you bring Chaparral in as I can kind of set up the rest of the show. We're going to do our grade 8 and 4 more rankings, our preseason rankings. Maybe we completely screwed it up. Maybe we got it right. Either way, we want to hear from you. You can hit us up on Twitter at @inland_sports and tell us about it. And then at the end of this show, in the third segment, we're going to talk UCLA football. And Jim Mora completely undressed his star quarterback, Josh Rosen. And I happened to be at training camp that day, and it was really awkward and uncomfortable. Coach Mora absolutely went off on Josh Rosen. I'm looking around, and everybody just kind of wanted to get out of the way because it was pretty crazy. So I'll give you my eyewitness firsthand account from UCLA camp. We'll also hear from Jim Mora talking about Kenny Clark from Carter High School. And David Zink says he brought some gifts for us to pass out at the end of the show. So that's all coming up on the Inland Sports Show here on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM, brought to you by Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona and Spoiled, quick quality oil change in Riverside. But now the world tour of high school football continues for the Inland Sports Show as the Chaparral Pumas check in all the way from Temecula. What's up, guys? We appreciate you joining us on the show.
Appreciate having me.
All right, so first off, let's talk to Coach McCullough down here on the end. You were at Great Oak last year.
Right.
Magical season, wasn't it? Magical? Can I say magical?
Yeah, you can say magical. I mean, it was the first time that school had been anywhere like that, so yeah, that's a good word.
You went to the West Valley Division. Everyone thought, maybe outside of the Pac-5, toughest division in Southern California football, all the way to the semifinals.
Right.
That was a nice year, right?
Yeah, it was a great year. We did a great job over there, and it was exciting. And then, like I said, new division, and I would agree with you, second toughest in the state, no doubt.
So you're riding high, everything was great, so naturally you left. You went to Chaparral, but so wait, let me get this straight though. You were teaching at Chaparral, but coaching at Great Oak, is that right?
Yeah.
So now you're back home.
Yeah, I never really left. I took a couple years off, and then I went over to Great Oak after coaching at Chaparral, and it wasn't something I planned, but it was the best fit for me and my family, and I'm happy to be back at Chap.
All right, Coach, why don't you introduce the guys we have here in the studio with us today? You brought 4 of your key players for the upcoming season.
Yeah, absolutely. Starting on the right, we have our returning quarterback, Austin Reza. We expect great things from him. Another returning starter is Lloyd Hightower. He plays in the secondary, he plays in the slot. Another returning starter is Isaiah Hall. He plays outside linebacker and some running back for us. And then we were lucky to get a great transfer from Vista Marietta, Weston Long. He's going to play in the secondary slot and just be an athlete for us all over.
Well, you brought up Vista Marietta. They've kind of run the roost for a while in the Southwestern League. When you look at your team, we were talking about this earlier off the air. I mean, you want them to compete. It's not like, hey, who's going to finish in second place? It's like, who's going to win league? We want to be in that conversation, right? When you talk about the Pumas.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the biggest thing we're trying to do is get back to where we were when I left in 2009, and that's competing at the highest level. Vista Marriott is the standard in our league and really in our division. And it's a task, but I'm excited about our ceiling. I think we're going to be really talented. We got a lot of work to do, and we're going to be ready.
So you were there when you guys were riding high at Chaparral. So
yeah.
You know it can be done. I mean, you've seen it yourself.
Yeah, a lot of people, I mean, I was at Chaparral when we got our first league win against Temecula in the Diamond way back in 2000, and I was there in our, 2009 with our first AF title. So I've been on both sides of it. I understand how to get there. So it's going to be nice to get it back going in the right direction.
All right, let's talk to some of the guys here in studio as well. We'll go left to right if you're watching us live and amplified all over the world on the Inland Sports YouTube channel. The quarterback, Austin Reza. Austin, what do you like about this year's team? You got some targets, and do you think the offense will kind of help carry this team?
Yeah, I like the offense a lot better this year. It makes more sense to me. Just the reads make more sense. Just a lot easier to pick defenses apart. And I love the guys that we have playing for us. Just hard-working guys, dedicated to the team, not being individuals.
Is Coach Mack over here, is he an offensive mastermind? Has he really helped you along?
A wizard.
A wizard. Yeah, that's even better. That's even better. So we got Lloyd, right? Next.
Yes,
so Lloyd, how are you going to fit in with the Pumas? What's your role this year? I mean, you want to be one of the guys that the team leans on to get those big victories?
Of course. I want to be one of those players that they can just go to whenever they need me. I want to be that slot outside. I just want to be there. Whenever they need someone to make a play, I want to be that guy to make a play.
Yeah, you've got like the compression pants, you got your hoodie on, you got a visor. Is there like a game going? Did I miss the game? I mean,
I'm just always ready.
You're ready to go, right?
Anytime, I'm ready to play.
A game could break out right now and he'd be ready. He'd be the only one ready. I got flip-flops on. I'm not ready for this. Isaiah, what's up, man?
What's up?
Talking with the Chaparral Pumas here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. Week 0 coming up. You got La Quinta, right, Isaiah? I mean, what do you think the keys are next Friday to get a win against La Quinta, the Blackhawks?
To me, is just stay focused, read your keys, and just play hard, fast, smart. That's the keys, basically.
And Weston, are you excited just to get this thing going? I mean, you do passing league thing and you go through training camp. It's finally, you know what, I want to see a different team. I'm ready to get this going. I know you guys had a scrimmage last night. We'll talk about that in a moment, but you just want to get out there, right, and see what you guys got.
Absolutely. I'm ready to start the season. I'm ready to, show everyone what we are and the great program that we are, and just show everyone what we have.
Coach Mack, is there a sense of pride coming back to Chaparral? Like, you're like, I want to come back. I want to kind of revive this program. Not that it was in dire straits, but last year they had a lot of talent. I think they kind of undersold themselves. They had injuries, and it was kind of like the chaos theory. Everything that went wrong, or anything that could go wrong, went wrong for the Pumas. But now you're back.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And like I told the kids, I had a lot of pride from what I did there, and me and the other coaches when we were there for a long time, and building it into a power. Of course, when I played them when I was at Great Oak, I wanted to beat them, but I still wanted the program to do well. Last year it was a perfect storm. I mean, like you said, everything that could go wrong did. And, Coach Tupla decided he wanted to spend a little more time with his family, and we're ready to resurrect the program and get back to playing Chaparral football. So it's exciting.
You had a scrimmage last night against Hemet, is that right?
Yeah, we scrimmaged Hemet, Coach Thornburg.
What'd you like? I mean, what'd you guys do well in that scrimmage?
We executed offense well pretty early. We got some things to work on defensively. We missed some tackles here and there, but I expected that with the new restrictions and things like that. Being able to go live only X amount of minutes in practice. So the best thing about it was we came out healthy. We didn't lose anybody. We got about 100 snaps in on both sides. Everybody got in. We're going to be able to evaluate and get back to work come Monday.
Are you excited for that Great Oak game? Or is it just another game? Really? I mean, do you look at the schedule and you're like, you know what? Could be a meaningful game as well in terms of playoffs, seedings and, league standings and whatnot?
Absolutely. I mean, I love those guys that play for me, and they played their hearts out for me. I got nothing but great admiration for them and their staff. But yeah, I'm not going to lie and say that it's going to mean a little more to play them, as it'll mean more to them to play me.
Yeah.
So it'll be good. It'll be a good, fun game.
We're talking with the Chaparral Pumas here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. I'm just going to put this out there, and guys, anybody can answer this, but as you look at the season as a whole, tell me where this team's going to be strong. You look across the board, and you're like, man, I really like the secondary. I really like the running game. I mean, where do you think Chaparral's really going to hang their hat this season? Where are you guys going to be strong at?
I think that our strength is going to be this year is our defense. Because we have a lot of young guys, but we have a lot of young guys, but we're talented at the same time. That's what I think.
Come on, Lloyd. I know you want to talk.
Lloyd.
I see you hiding in the hoodie. You can talk. It's all good.
Well, this season, having a young team, I think we just need to be really disciplined. And I think once we become more mature, we're just going to be firing them off somewhere.
So, Austin, let me ask you, as the quarterback, I saw you guys a little bit in passing league at the Paloma Valley tournament. As the quarterback, you're a senior as well, right? So, are you a vocal leader, or are you a guy that goes out there and says, you know what, let me handle my business. You can see by my actions that I'm, ready to lead this team.
I'm more like I just want to go out there and just start making plays, and just everybody just be able to feel like they can trust in me to lead this offense. And I feel like that's the best way that I can lead this team.
Playoffs or bust, right? You guys want to get in the playoffs, right?
No, absolutely.
That's the goal in the end, right?
Absolutely, yeah. We have high expectations, and preseason rankings and things like that. A lot of people don't see us up there, and I'm okay with that because it's what you do on the field, not in the preseason.
Isn't it better anyways to fly under the radar?
I think so.
I mean, if everyone's got you on this pedestal, everyone's coming for you. But if you're like, no, we're gonna slide it over here, nobody's really talking about us. We got some guys. We like what we got.
Exactly. I mean, when you have the high expectations and you don't meet them, it's a failure. And you know what? That's kind of what happened last year with them. And we like to be quiet and roll in and play good football.
Now, Coach McCullough seems like a pretty even keel guy. Doesn't get too excited. Oh, wait. I'm smiling now, though. Can he get a little fiery? Is Coach a little spicy over here? Yeah, he does.
A little fiery.
Does anyone have a Coach McCullough impersonation? Does he have a line in practice that's PG that you guys just say, with
Jiminy Christmas.
Is it your line, Coach? Jiminy Christmas?
Yeah, sometimes. We try and keep it as PG as possible, and as a father, I do try and go, okay, what would I want my son to hear, and my sons to hear? So
there's ladies on the sidelines. You got ball boys. I mean, I get it.
I try and keep it clean. It doesn't mean it's less passionate or less enthusiastic, but I bet some of the kids laugh at some of the things that come out.
Is there another one besides Jiminy Christmas?
There's a lot.
So if he says Jiminy Christmas, I mean, he means business. It's getting serious now.
Someone did something wrong.
That's it.
That is awesome. Well, guys, best of luck this season. We really appreciate you joining us here on the Inland Sports Show. And next Friday, La Quinta, is that home or is that away?
Yeah, we're at home.
So you go check them out. 7 o'clock kickoff, right?
Correct.
Are you guys back home on campus at Chaparral?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a new field, right?
Brand new stadium. It's beautiful.
New stadium, new uniforms?
New uniforms, new logo,
Nice.
everything.
It's a new beginning.
That's right.
It's exciting.
It is.
Guys, we really appreciate the time, and best of luck this season, beginning with La Quinta in week 0 next Friday.
Thank you.
All right, that's the Chaparral Pumas here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. We've still got a lot more to get to, including our grade 8 and 4 more high school football rankings. And up next, the Notre Dame Titans coming up on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.
Do you want to jump in and you come in from there?
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Every sport that we offer here, the performance training is definitely specific to what they need. A lot of people actually come in here for the performance training, and also we have our travel ball program with our softball and baseball teams. Our performance training definitely to get quicker, stronger, faster.
Sports heard right here on Fox Sports Radio 1350 and foxsportsradio1350.com. Now here's more with Pep on the Inland.
We're doing it big time. We just had Chaparral on the show. Yeah, we're great. The Pumas set up for a great season with Jeremy McCullough coming over from Great Oak High School. He's going to resurrect that Pumas program, and they've got some talent. Watch out for them in the Southwestern League. You're listening to the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM, brought to you by Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona and Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change in Riverside. Shout out to our boy Bill Navigato over there at Spoiled. We're going to get him in the studio very soon. He was supposed to come today, but man, work first. Work before play, right? So he had to work, so I get it. So now joining us, continuing the Inland Sports World Tour of high school football, the Notre Dame Titans, and they brought gifts.
Yes, sir.
If you're watching us live and amplified all over the world, yeah, guys, we're on all over the world.
There it is.
Here it is. Is this brand new? Is this like the new?
Brand new gear for this year. Brand new gear for this year, Pep.
So I got, Matt Logan came in with the Centennial shirt last week. I got Notre Dame this week, and I got to be honest, guys, I think you and Centennial have like the same look. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a real good thing.
That's
really
good company.
Hey, you can't be, you're in Sense Centennial, man. You can't beat that one, man. You kidding me?
And you guys all come in like in uniform, matching shirts, matching hats. I mean, Niles, the quarterback, has to stand out. He doesn't wear a hat. He's too cool for that. Jane rocks the visor over here. But we got the Notre Dame Titans. They've got a lot of great guys this season. I mean, this could be a special year for Notre Dame, and we're excited to have them here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. First question is, where's Coach Johnson? Is he big time in us? Is he too cool?
He had a few prior games he had to deal with, and we had a big day for the program today at the school today, so he had to stay there and take care of the program stuff today. So he has to step in his place today, and we're glad to do that.
All right, I didn't know if he's like in a gardening club or if on Saturdays he goes to the retirement home and quilts with the elderly. I don't know what he does on Saturdays. So I thought there's something very important that he missed the biggest show in the Inland Empire.
I hear it. We try to get him out here. He said program. So we're out here pumping it up for him.
We're happy to have you guys. We got Coach Laura, Coach Cat hanging out in the shadows out in the hallway as well, the offensive coordinator. But guys, let's go left to right. We'll introduce you all. Jaden Gardner. We had you on the show last week. Glad to have you back from Idaho after committing to the Vandals. Definitely. That's pretty special. Yes. Talk about your senior season. Are you ready to do it big time?
Man, it's going to be a great season, actually. We have a lot of new talent coming in Ian Zamudio, Ryan. We have Dylan Petty. We have a lot of new guys, new faces on the team this year. And it's definitely going to be a special one for us, definitely.
Got Niles Harrell, the quarterback, also from Notre Dame, in the house here on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. And Niles, I mean, you're set for a big season, right? I see you going to all these camps and, getting noticed and whatnot. You ready to really just lead this Notre Dame team? Because it could be a special season for the Titans.
Yeah, I'm excited. We're in a really special place right now. The team's looking really good. We're in a place that we haven't been in decades, I'd say, with all the talent we have and our drive. I feel like the team this year really just wants to really win it for each other, not really for pride or glory, but for one another.
All right, who do we got next?
It's Michael Andrews, one of our offensive linemen.
Let's see. Oh, Mike, I got all the names right here, and I'm trying to make who's who. So Michael is the offensive lineman. This guy over here has to keep his jersey clean, right? You got to keep him off the ground and block for him, right?
Yeah, we have to do whatever we can to keep him clean. Our main job is at the end of the game to keep his jersey perfectly clean, so he doesn't even have to wash it this week.
You guys are the real heroes, right? I know everyone likes to talk about Niles and the skill guys and Wes.
It's all about the line.
You guys are the unsung heroes, right? You can say it. Come on, man.
It's a job in the shadows. We do our best so they can look the best. That's
you don't need the glory, right?
No, we
just get the wins.
Yeah. Hey, a win to me is better than any glory.
There you go. We got Lawrence Mai over here. Lawrence, step up to the mic, sir.
Hi.
How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Listen, we're live around the world. Go ahead and tell the world hi.
Hi.
Lawrence, you've been around the program for a while.
Yeah.
How does this year's team feel maybe a little bit different than the previous teams? And do you feel like Notre Dame's set up to have a big season?
Yeah, I definitely feel like we have a big season. We have, like Jaden said, we had a lot of new transfers coming in. And our group, since freshman year, has just been so tight and strong that I think that we could go far, like really far this year.
Awesome. Thanks, Lawrence. We got Wes also in the house. Wes Smith.
Yo,
what's up, world? Hey, yeah. Wes, you're obviously going to be one of the key guys for this Notre Dame team. Looking back, like Lawrence just said, kind of building up to this point as a senior, guys want to go out with a bang. Could be a big year for Notre Dame with all the talent you have this year. So how do you fit in? Do you just want to be a leader and wherever the team can use you, you're going to play there?
Yeah, I just want to be a leader, I'm a piece of the puzzle for our championship run. Make sure everybody's doing their job, DYJ, as our coach says, and just look for the big season right now. That's it.
Where do you see? Are you a running back, a DB, a slot receiver? I mean, where?
I'm an athlete, so I'm everywhere right now.
So if we see you on the offensive line, I mean, maybe we'll see you there too. Coaches over here are like, man, that's not a bad idea. Let me try that in practice
Get
this
the
week.
speed on that line right there.
Look out, Xavier Prep.
Pulling guard. Yeah, quick pulling guard.
There you go, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then we also got Francisco Reyes, right?
Yeah. Looking for a good season this year. Trying to establish the run and just run the ball as much as we can so we can get the running back clean, get big holes for him to make touchdowns.
So you and Michael, you guys are the real stars.
And there are 3-year stars on offensive line. So these are leaders of offensive line right here.
You can't undersell that. That's so important to have experience on the offensive line, right?
This year we're focusing a lot on our line carrying us, this line on both sides of the ball. And these two right here are the heart and soul of both sides of the ball, and they've been carrying this team since their sophomore year, and they've learned from a great guy before them, and they're passing the torch down. as it goes to guys younger than them, and they're great leaders on this team, and we can't say enough about these guys. They're so awesome, right? These two guys, Michelangelo and Francis Reyes, they're great guys.
Heart and soul, the heartbeat of that Notre Dame campus right here in our studio.
Yes, sir.
No offense, other guys. It's all about the O-line.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Jaden, let me go back to you. So you just verbally committed to the University of Idaho, and it's special because your dad played there as well.
Yes.
Does it feel good just to commit and you can focus on your season and know that you've got a great future in front of you after Notre Dame?
It definitely does, actually. It was a great school when I went up there. Coach Petrino was awesome. I mean, a great guy, and it felt like home up there. So when I came back the last day, I said I'd like to be a part of the team and of the family. He said we'd love to have you, and I think that's just important. Now he even told me, he said, now just have a good senior season, and then we'll make it up there.
Listen, you called from Idaho. We really appreciate it. The connection wasn't good.
No.
They have electricity up there, right? I mean, there's Wi-Fi and stuff. Okay, so we can stay in touch.
No, yeah.
Okay,
we can.
I just want to make sure.
No, yeah, it was rough though. It was rough. Yeah.
No, but we appreciate you calling in and kind of breaking the news for everyone here on the Inland Sports. That was really cool.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So Niles, as the quarterback, this is your time to shine, right? I mean, you want to get in there. You've got all this talent around you. Is it your job just to get the ball and Wes and the rest of the guys, Ian, I mean, just let them make plays, right?
I'm excited to spread the ball around, There's no one particular piece to the puzzle that's bigger than any other piece, So this year, there's no one guy. It's really just a team, an army of 11, marching down the field and back. And that's on both sides of the ball. And I feel like we're in a great place right now. Yeah.
Hey, Michael, let me ask you. You guys scrimmaged Hillcrest the other night, right?
Yes, yeah.
What did you guys do well? What did you like about that scrimmage that you feel pretty good going in that Xavier Prep game?
We were trying to establish a run in that game, and we were able to do so later. We were not able to establish a run early like we would like to, but we were able to do it later in the game and give it to our running backs and receivers and all that, so we are able to prepare for the next game.
Lawrence, how important is it for you guys to get off on gain some confidence, get off on the right step against Xavier Prep and get an early victory, maybe build some confidence in this team and just let it hopefully just snowball from there and keep this thing going for, undefeated season. Maybe I'll just say it. I'll just go put it out there, right?
Put it out there.
If you guys go undefeated, I'm going to put this on record. If you guys go undefeated, I will shave an ND in the back of my head.
Now, is this for normal season or playoffs included?
10-0.
10-0, you got it, Pep.
10-0.
You got it.
Is that fair?
That's fair.
10-0?
You got it. That's fair. That's fair.
All right, if you guys win CIF, then we'll think of something else.
There you go. There you go. We'll come to that point.
Naked Notre Dame.
But Lawrence, just getting that first victory against Xavier Prep. I don't know anything about Xavier Prep. They could have a really great team or not. I don't know. But what do you guys have to do next Friday night to get that victory and really build some confidence in this team?
Well, we just got to do our job, just like our offensive coordinator says, DYJ, and just do our job defensively and offensively. Our defense is just great, just stacked with amazing players like Jaden, Wesley, myself, and like offense, just start off straight and keep on going. You just got to keep on going strong and start off strong.
And Francisco, against Xavier Prep, I mean, we can't say this enough, but the game is really dictated in the trenches, right? You guys got to impose your will up front, right? Push guys around. So in a game when, no offense, Niles or any of the skill guys, if the offense isn't clicking, you guys still have to do your job up front, right, to give your chance a team to run the ball, give Niles time to throw the ball. I mean, if you guys aren't clicking up front, doing your job, the rest of the offense, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, the line to me has to be the closest on the team. We're always hanging out, always around each other, bonding, getting to know each other really well, because if you can't trust the man next to you, who can you trust? Especially on the line. It's always one in the trenches. So
is Michael your BFF? I mean,
yeah. Me, Michael, and Dylan, we always go everywhere. We're always there.
So when you're not, studying the film and on the practice field and just thinking about football 24/7, what are you guys doing? How do you hang out?
Eat.
That's the best part of being the O-line, man. You're supposed to eat, right?
Yeah. Yesterday we went to TGI Fridays actually with a couple of members of the team.
Oh, you probably messed that place up.
Yeah. Probably out of business now.
What do you eat? Give me a sample of how much you can put away.
Well,
you and the O-line.
Yesterday we went to TGI Fridays and got endless appetizers.
Oh gosh.
So yeah,
that's not gonna end well.
Yeah.
Endless, huh?
Yeah, endless.
How many trips did the waitress have to come back for you guys? You
I think like 4 or 5 times.
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad, but it was a lot of food. I was pretty stuffed.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
4?
It's not bad.
It was a lot of food.
Jane could have done 4 himself.
I could have done 4, yeah. Now the O-line, you guys are big guys, but are you still looking to get bigger, maybe add a little bit of weight, or are you happy at your size so you can still, be fleet of foot and be, quick?
We're just looking to get stronger. We're strong as it is, but I mean, you can never be too strong. So
you got to eat to build those muscles, right?
Yeah, we always got to eat.
Hey, is Coach Cat? Are you gonna come in here, or am I gonna have to drag you in here? We got Coach Cat, the OC of Notre Dame.
We'll stay out in the shadows, man. We're staying in the
And
shadows.
he's lurking in the shadows by that Kobe Bryant picture we have out.
Yeah, I'm taking that one home.
So offensively, you've got a lot of toys to play with, right? I mean, there's a lot of great guys on the offensive side of the ball. What do you think is going to be key for this offense going forward?
I mean, we establish the run game, and then everything else opens up, and we can get it out to our guys quick. We get it out to the receivers quick and let them get a feel. We got a lot of speed, and we get the ball to them. We'll be all right. We'll be just fine. Yeah.
Am I overstating this? But I mean, this could be a really good Notre Dame team. Is that fair to say?
Oh, that's fair to say. Yes, definitely. We got some good players.
So has the writing been on the wall when you guys, when you saw certain kids come into the program and then you saw some of the transfers, you were like, man, I hope we don't screw this up because this could be a good team. We better just get out of the way.
If we mess it up, it's on us. It's on us now. The kids are there, and we got some good athletes. We got some real good athletes, and it's nice to have them.
So going forward, you got to win the battle up front, establish the running game. Defensively, I know you're an offensive coordinator, but defensively, what are you hoping to see from your defense as well?
Oh, as long as they fly around, swarming the ball, we'll be just fine. And make plays. Our DBs are pretty good. We'll make some plays. And linebackers, we got some real good linebackers that like to hit. So we'll be all right. They definitely attack the run. We stop the run on the other side of the ball, and we run the ball, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
That's our good friend Vinny Fazio at Ramona. He says, man, I want my guys to get to the ball in a bad mood.
Yeah,
just be angry when you get to that ball, right?
There you go, sir.
So how do you coach that in practice? I mean, obviously you don't want to hurt your teammate, right? But how do you tell you guys, you know what? When you get to that ball, just blow them up. You got to be angry. You got to be mad.
Well, it's definitely a challenge for us because these guys like to hit each other too much.
Yeah.
So we're trying not to get injured. We try to hold them back, but
so they hit each other, then you go to TGI Fridays.
Yeah,
it's all good. It's all good.
We're good with that.
We're one big family. We beat each other up and have fun at the same time.
Beat them up, feed them up.
There you
right?
go. There you go. There you go.
That's how it's done.
Well, Notre Dame, we really appreciate the time, guys. We love packing you here in the studio.
Yeah.
Tell Derek, the head coach, we missed him. We hope his garden or his quilt, whatever's really coming along. And we'll catch up with him next time, all right?
All right. Thanks, Pep.
All right. That's the Notre Dame Titans here on the one and only Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. We're going to move Notre Dame out of the studio when we get David Zink and world famous behind the mics. We're going to break out our Inland Sports Great 8 and 4 more. So, as we kind of alluded to in the first segment, Inland Sports each week will unveil our high school football rankings. Now, everyone does a top 10. Nothing against the Press Enterprise, nothing against anybody else who does the top 10 rankings, but
it's not Inland Sports.
It's boring. It's so vanilla.
So, it's cookie cutter. So, we wanted to mix it up. And we got to the line, we're like, top 10, calling an audible, Blue 42 Omaha, right?
Yeah, and the number 8 is like the infinity symbol, so it just keeps going on. So our list is constantly ever changing.
It goes on forever, right?
And on and on.
That's probably the most deep thing Zink has ever said.
I know, really. Can we all just stop and just kind of marinate on that
Come
for
on,
a second?
man.
Jeez.
You're killing me.
Dude.
But he gets accepted into USC, and now he's talking smack about how stupid I am.
Oh. Wow. You know what? At least you give me gifts from wherever you go.
Whoa.
Yeah, we got gifts coming in the final segment. But
so stay tuned.
So we came up with the Great 8. So we're going to rank our top 8 teams every week and 4 more. 4 teams in no particular order that we think are really good, just on the doorstep of cracking that top 8. Now, this is a preseason poll, so let me preface by saying we could have this all wrong. I mean, there's a couple teams on the list, you're like, okay, that's a no-brainer. Guys, you didn't have to really do your homework on that. But there's some other teams that we might screw up on. We want to hear from you at Inland_Sports. You can tell us, is there a team that doesn't belong there, or is it a team that we're completely missing that should be in there?
Pep, I got to say that I think I've got a premonition of who the number 1 team is.
You got a feeling?
Premonition.
So if you're watching us live and amplified all around the world on
boy.
the Inland Sports YouTube channel, I'm going to bring up the rankings right now. Coming in 3, 2, and 1.
And I don't even have to look at the list.
Who's number one, Zeke?
Because like I
'Cause
say
you
about
can't see the
everything
screen.
else, everything else that's high school football in the Inland Empire, it begins
with Notre Dame.
They're like God. They're like God. It really, honestly, because and boy, that's sacrilegious for me to say that, isn't it? But
Notre Dame's right out there in the hallway. They
I'm
heard
telling you right now, everything begins. I say this all the time, Pep. Begins and ends with who? Matt Logan and Centennial football. Number 1 in the poll.
So we got about 5 minutes to talk about this real quick. Centennial won. If you're not watching us online, yes, the Evil Empire. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Come on.
And then 2.
But 2, we put Redlands East Valley. D2 state champs. Can't argue against that.
Quality pick right there.
Really good. Vista Murrieta checks in at number 3. And then after that, I mean, we had discussions. I mean, it got a little muddled. We were talking about this.
And I fought hard for number 4.
There were some disagreements. We kept it friendly and cordial, but we didn't agree on some of this stuff. But here's what we came up with. After Vista Murrieta at 3, we've got Norco at 4, Heritage at 5, Citrus Hill at 6, Rancho Verde at 7. I'm sorry, the
Rancho Verde.
And Carter at 8.
And I think that's a great 8 right there.
It's preseason, so after we play those week 0 games next Saturday, this list could look a lot different. But
and I will reiterate again, Pep, that when we first started the poll, you had Norco ranked too low, and I had to straighten you out on that.
You did. You got into me.
I mean, come on. You can't. Yeah. I mean, no disrespect to those other teams, but, I mean, they play in the Big 8, and they're probably going to be the number 2 dog in that league. So
yeah,
they got to be in the top 4.
It was really tough. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, after Vista Murrieta, it got a little muddy, and I was like, I can't. I don't have a real firm grasp after that. It could really shake down. So here's our 4 more, which these teams could easily crack the grade 8 fairly.
And probably will at some point this season.
We've got Great Oak.
Good team.
We've got Summit.
Good team.
We've got San Gorgonio, and we've got Riverside Poly. Now let me say this, because Notre Dame's still in the hallway. Notre Dame and Chaparral could be 2 teams that could be in the 4 more by next week.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Depending on what happens in week 0.
You know, it's going to, I mean, they're my alma mater, love them to death, but it's going to take a lot of work from Notre Dame to crack the top 8.
There's just a lot of unknown. You know what I mean? Like, this preseason poll is solely based on what have you done for me lately. So we're looking at last year's finish and the guys coming back.
And then what you know.
I mean, that's it.
And knowing what you know.
Yeah, so I mean, in a couple weeks, this poll could look a lot different. But right now, that's what we came up. The Inland Sports, grade 8 and 4 more. It's the only rankings that you need to care about.
And I guarantee it will look different. You know why? Because 2 of the grade 8 play each other to start the season.
Rancho Verde,
Citrus Hill. And whoever wins that one of them's probably going up the rankings, and the other one's saying bye-bye for a while.
Well, that's, I would say, the biggest game in week 0. We've got 2 minutes. Can I put you on the spot? Can we draw the line, and where do you stand in this?
Sure.
All right, so the Rancho Verde versus Citrus Hill, the biggest game in week 0, Battle of the Torch. Who you got? Let's start with World Famous. I see Zeke over here stewing about it. World Famous.
Now, first of all, you have to know, it's at home for Rancho Verde.
Yeah, and I mean, Steinberg.
It's a home game. It's Steinberg's first game. You know, and Rancho Verde's kind of an unknown because people really, they've got guys coming back, but all their big dogs have left. The Sharon Jones of the world are gone.
So, I'm going to have to say it's a great night for Rancho Verde football, but I got Citrus Hill coming out on top. I got Brett the Quarter. Oh, no. That's Heritage.
Heritage.
I got Coach Zomalt coming out and, you know, doing his thing. And, you know, Rancho Verde's going to put up a great fight. It's going to be Steinberg's first night as head coach. But you know what? I got Citrus Hill coming in and getting business done week 0.
So if I got this correct, Angel's saying that Jeff Steinberg's going to lose his very first home game.
Is that what he just said?
That's what he just said. Coach, I don't know if you're listening, but that's what I think Angel just said.
Who you got, Zeke?
You know what? I've not seen Citrus Hill this year, but I know Greg Zomalt, and I know that he is a guy with a chip on his shoulder, program's chip on his shoulder. They split their games last year. They lost the regular season game to Rancho Verde. They came back and beat them in the playoffs. Both games were decided by 3 points. So it's really a pick-em game. I mean, I'm really not sure where to go. But you know what? I'm just going to go with the home team. I'm going to take Rancho Verde just so I can counter anything that Angel said. Coach Zomalt, no disrespect, because it could go either way.
I'll go with the Rancho Verde. for the sole fact that
That's
Jeff
your neighbor.
Steinberg's my neighbor. I don't want to take out the trash or go get the mail. And
Or
say,
get egged.
Man.
You have his kids run by and egg your house.
Yeah, he could toilet paper that thing.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Either way,
he's a Canuck. He'll do it.
He will. It's going to be a great game, one of the showcase games in week 0, and we'll obviously bring you an update and scores and reaction next week on the Inland Sports
We can't do this every week. By the end of the season, no coach is going to talk to us.
I know. Now, still come. We'll check in with UCLA football camp and gifts coming up on the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.
So get your dream car today, where the I-10 and 215 freeways meet in San Bernardino. Visit NissanofSanBernardino.com. Doing it right the first time. Now back to everything sports in the Inland Empire. The Inland Sports Show with Pep Fernandez on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. Notre Dame was great. They packed house, they were fun, they've got a special season coming up, and it was great to have them in studio. And they could be one of those teams. Oh, Zink's unveiling it right now.
Oh, man.
The colors.
Wow.
If you're watching us live and amplified all over the world.
Like it's 85.
Notre Dame rocking.
Go back in time.
Hey, full disclosure, you went to Notre Dame. You're a Titan yourself.
I am, and very proud of them. Good kids. I mean, look at that. Every one of those kids was a good talker. Good guys, man.
Well, we're brought to you by Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona and Spoiled Quick Quality Oil Change in Riverside. We've talked a lot of high school football. We gave you our grade 8 and 4 more. Now we're going to check in from UCLA football camp real quick. I was out there earlier this week. I'm standing there. It's minding my own business like I always do.
Another one of my great loves, Pep. You're gonna talk about another one of my great loves.
Well, Jim Mora went nuts. They were running, I guess it was like a hurry-up offense, maybe inside the final 2 minutes of a game. Got to play with some urgency, right?
Yeah.
So,
totally.
And Greg right on cue with that UCLA music. So, Josh Rosen, the prized quarterback out of St. John Bosco High School, was out there, and Jim Mora was not happy with his play. Ooh. And he was telling him, I'm gonna clean this up a little bit, because, it's a PG, it's a family audience here. But he was saying, basically, go back to high school, You think you were so great in high school, why don't you go back, anointed one? And then he says, this is why we don't name starters in training camp. Stuff like that. Throw the ball, Josh. Throw the ball, anointed one.
Can I defend, Coach?
Sure. Listen, let me just say, I don't have a problem with it, but go ahead.
Coach came out the next day, and actually I talked to a couple other guys who are coaches and also played college football. That stuff is done in camp because you got to make sure that everybody else on the team knows that even when he did it to his starting quarterback, even though he said he wasn't his starting quarterback, and he did it to him because he wanted to show everybody else, look, nobody's safe in this program. You do what you're supposed to do in practice, in games, work at it all the time, because I'm not afraid to yell at you, and I'm not afraid to yell at Josh Rosen.
So he was using him as an example.
Exactly. Yeah. He basically, I'll bet you $10 he went up to him before practice and said, if I go off on you, understand this is with purpose, not because I'm mad at you.
Plus, coaches go off on the players that have the most potential, right? They want the most out of them.
Right.
If they're not going 100%.
It's all psychological for the program.
Well, Coach Mora was in a far better mood when he was talking about Kenny Clark, star defensive tackle out of Carter High School in Rialto. And he's one of those guys on those preseason All-American watch lists, all those awards for the Defensive Player of the Year. He's on those watch lists as well. So they have big plans for Kenny Clark as they get set to open the season against Virginia on September 5th. And today's the last day of Camp Coyote. Final day at Cal State San Bernardino for UCLA.
And it's Fan Appreciation Day today, so if you want to go out and pick up some posters and rub elbows with the guys, you can.
I think it's starting like right now.
It actually started 2 hours ago.
Oh, did it? Okay. So hold on a second. Let's hear from Jim Mora. He had some great things to say about the great Kenny Clark out of Rialto High School, from Carter High School in Rialto. Here's Coach Mora.
Well, he's, physically, he's, more mature, he's bigger, he's stronger, he's more durable. He's always been a very good player since his freshman year. He stepped right in and he looked like a full-grown man. I think he just has a great grasp of what we're trying to do. And I think that, probably the biggest thing is just his influence on those around him. He has great work ethic. He doesn't say a lot, but when he does, it's very meaningful, and the players around him react to it. The nose guard he's usually the unsung hero of any really good defense. You have to be strong in the middle. And, when you see a guy like Eric Kendricks, and Eric could probably be the first guy to tell you this if you asked him, so often Kenny would hold a double team, and they couldn't get up to the second level to get to Eric, so Eric could run and make plays. And any great middle linebacker wants to have, the kind of guy that Kenny is in front of him, that's for sure. Well, he's, physically, he's, more mature, he's bigger, he's stronger, he's more durable. He's always been a very good player since his freshman year. He stepped right in and he looked like a full-grown man. I think he just has a great grasp.
So that was the great Kenny Clark from UCLA. And actually, I ran into Kenny Clark's little brother, Keon Clark, who said he's planning to go to UCLA. I don't know if he signed or just verbal, but Keon's massive, and I'm not exaggerating, he nearly broke my hand when he shook my hand. He's a big dude. I said, so here's the deal. So Kenny's going to go off to the NFL. He'd slide into his spot on the defensive line. He's like, oh, yep, that's right. He's laughing it up. So look out for Keon Clark as well. And before we get to the gifts, one other note I want to touch on. Azusa Pacific University, their football team was at San Gorgonio High School for their inter-squad scrimmage. Right now, if you're watching us live and amplified all over the world, there's a shot of their head coach, Victor Santa Cruz. Such a nice guy. Unbelievable. And he said, you know what? We want more coverage. We want more publicity out in the Inland Empire because we target that area. We know that place is a gold mine for high school football players. And if you look at their list, they've got a lot of great players. Maybe most notably is Waki Suliafu. Remember from Moreno Valley High School?
Yeah.
Safety. Big hair. In fact, I got a shot of Waki, too, if you're watching this live and amplified all over the world. There's Waki. So he wants to be more out here. I said, you know what, Coach? We'll get you on the show. We'll talk about your IE guys on your show and give you some love out here. One of the top D2 programs in the entire country, APU.
And who played at Azusa Pacific that played in the NFL and was a nightmare? The clue is nightmare.
Christian Okoye?
The Nigerian nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
Azusa Pacific football player.
That's right, Christian Okoye. You too young for that?
I just went completely over my head.
Back in the day, my brother played at Laverne. I remember going to a game and we're like, who is this guy? He was a terror in college.
Greg Ulate, you remember Christian Okoye? Oh yeah, Greg.
He was a
does.
beast.
Yeah, he was a monster.
Look him up, man. Know your history.
Kansas City Chiefs.
That's right.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Gotta love that.
Getting schooled. All right.
He's actually still a local inland guy doing a lot of good things for. He does talks and goes to golf tournaments and all kinds of stuff. You see him out and about all the time.
That's a good call. APU, Christian Okoye. That's unbelievable.
I just went deep again.
You did. Let's all just stop and really reflect for a second.
His travels.
Man,
No, okay, we're
I
done.
brought my A game.
We're done because we're running out of time. But you brought us presents.
I brought my A game. See, just call me. What do you
Santa
call it?
Claus.
No, call me Davra, like Oprah. I'm Davra, because I went to Minneapolis and I promised you guys I'd come back and bring you guys gifts. And I'm telling you right now, Pep.
What?
You get a pair of socks, and you get a pair of socks, and you get a pair of socks. Everybody socks. Minnesota Twin socks. You know the young kids. They're all wearing the cool socks with all the logos. They like to show off these are like old man socks. They're like, look, they're like there they are. They're like halfway up your calf kind of socks your grandpa wears.
So
but
awesome.
when you put the Minnesota Twins on them or something like that, then they become cool. And the guys are like, "Where'd you get those twin socks, man?"
Straight from Minnesota.
The old man on the show knows how to keep it cool.
You came through. You came through big time.
Thank you, Zeke.
Don't ever question again, okay?
So you were in Minnesota a couple weeks ago. You gave us a live report of the Taiwan Walker outing for the Seattle Mariners.
Absolutely.
They were at the Twins when you were there, and Taiwan Walker had probably the best start of his career, right? I mean, that was the best start. And then you still brought us socks. You're the man.
He looks out for his people.
That's right.
His humans.
And you know, when winter comes about and you're walking around your house in your socks, you'll be like, "Thanks, Dave."
When I take these to SC, I'll never forget you.
Man, these are nice socks.
Hey, man, I don't mess.
It's a pretty penny.
See, and you went to San Diego, and what did we get?
We got a phone call.
Wow. All right. Well, that was fun. I'm out.
Well, it was a monumental trip, and I promise you guys I'd bring you something back. So, and I appreciate everything you guys do. So, socks for everybody.
Man, that is really...
And it really, your mom's even going to love me, because she's like, "Oh my gosh, he got socks."
Everyone loves socks.
It was like Christmas.
It's like Christmas.
Now, if there would have been underwear with it, it would have got creepy. But I just kept it with socks.
We all appreciate that. We all appreciate that. Well, thank you, Zeke. We appreciate the socks. That's awesome.
With love.
With love. Hey, real quick, I want to give a quick mention of a new high school football show called Sports Weekly Live. It's not necessarily an inland sports show, but inland sports will be a part and promoted within the show. So every Friday night, 11 o'clock, if you live in this area, you can check it out on Time Warner 3, Charter Cable 3, Verizon Fios Channel 3 or 33, and AT&T 99. Plus, you can watch it live on YouTube on the IE Media Group YouTube channel. So please watch it every Friday night. Scores, highlights, it'll be live on cable TV and the internet, and we will promote the Inland Sports Show. So here's your schedule. Friday night, watch Sports Weekly Live. Saturday morning, 11 a.m., you watch us and you listen to us, and you will not miss anything on the high school football scene. I guarantee it.
Absolutely. It'll be great, dude, and I can't wait to see that show.
It's going to be exciting. Because we did HS Game Time Live, and everyone said we got to bring it back in some form.
And we do have to bring it back to Riverside, too, because
we do.
We do.
We're going to include some Riverside games here and there, some Corona games here and there, Murrieta, all those schools.
But there's bigger things coming, right, Pep?
There's some big things popping.
Big things popping.
It's all brought to you by Adrenaline Athletic Training in Corona. It's spoiled, quick, it's quality. You won't find a finer oil change. I got my oil change there. I got to make this quick. It was an unbelievable experience. I usually hate going there. It's like pulling teeth. You never want to go there.
And we'll save that for when Bill gets here, because I think we should make fun of you.
You can. That's fine.
We will.
You got me socks. You can do it.
Based on the fact you got a free oil change, you got to take all of it.
I didn't expect it.
Free oil change. Yeah.
Celebrities.
I've been going there for years. They've never given me free oil, ever.
Pretty big time.
It's usually like, hey, that'll be $37.
Yeah, you have to pay extra.
Yeah, they do. And then they make me carry the oil out of there. They're like, we don't want your cruddy oil.
Well, big shout out to the Chaparral Pumas, the Notre Dame Titans for coming on to the show. World famous intern Angel, David Zink from the Press Enterprise, and of course, Greg Ulate, big fan of Christian Okoye. Who knew in the Chiefs? He knew it all down here. Next week, we will break down week 0 of the high school football season. It is here. We're working on some guests, and it's going to be a fun show as we really dive into the high school football scene.
It's a sport of kings, better than diamond rings. That's why we're here today. Football.
Man, look at Zeke. Gifts and singing.
Wildcats.
You won't find it anywhere else. It's only the Inland Sports Show on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. We'll see you next Saturday, 11 AM.
We focus on the customer here. Believe it or not, that is the biggest thing for customers on an oil change. They just want the convenience of coming in, driving in, getting it done, and driving out. We just greet them, get them going, and they're done in about 10 minutes or so. We don't push any sales on them. We do the oil change, and I think that's what sets us apart is our customer service. Vacuumed and cleaned your windshield for you as well. Everything's looking pretty good. You come into us one time, believe me, we'll spoil you and you'll be ready to come back the next time.
Every sport that we offer here, the performance training is definitely specific to what they need. A lot of people actually come in here for the performance training, and also we have our travel ball program with our softball and baseball teams. Our performance training definitely to get quicker, stronger, faster.